take off the mute. There we go. Sorry about that. I keep forgetting that every time. Every time I keep forgetting to mute. All right. Anyway, welcome back to SmellGoodz. My name is Kevin. I am your host. As you're coming in, drop that sin of the day. Let me know what you're rocking. I see Joel. Joel beat everybody. Joel was, as soon as the notification went out, Joel was like, I'm dropping the sin of the day. Joel smelling, wearing Arabian Oud Yacht Mood. Okay. And also just ordered lately a 10 ml decant of Simone Andrioli Malibu Party in the Bay. Joel, you be coming out with some stuff. I might have to really just find out and tap in where you tapping in. All right. Listen, come on in. My sin of the day. My sin of the day today. I told y'all, if you've been watching some of my videos, I told y'all I'd be wearing this a lot. Amber Oud Aqua Dubai. This is their take on imagination. I've been wearing the heck out of it. Today was up in the 70s. No, excuse me, 80s, 90s. Actually, yesterday was in the 90s. I think we broke a record here, 96 yesterday. Today, I know we're up in the 90s again. They're saying we're probably going to hit 100. So stuff like this is what I'm going to be wearing. Tommy's wearing the actual OG LV Imagination. Shout out to you, my guy, wearing the Imagination. I wore the dupe today. Served me well in this heat that we are in the Valley in Phoenix. All right. Appreciate y'all stopping through. Listen, we're going to just jump into it. Tap in again. Hit that like. Appreciate you stopping through. So one of other content creators, and I definitely want to drop his name because I believe in, not to steal from Dedrick as far as his saying positive energy, positive vibes, but that's kind of how I like to operate. You know, all of the stuff and the craziness that sometimes goes on in these YouTube streets, to me, it's just like, why? This is just something I like to do for the fun of it. And so we gonna talk through, but I appreciate, for example, my guy Walt from Fat Boy Finesse. So shout him out. He sent over, we did kind of a little exchange. I sent him a couple of things. He overwhelmed me and sent some other stuff, and we gonna go through some of the stuff that he sent me out of his, I'm assuming out of his collection, and stuff that he has been working with. And so we're gonna tap in and go through some of these. Joel, what goodies I got? Yeah, I got some stuff. Something that I saw him review, and then other stuff that from, different houses that are definitely things worth checking out. So let's jump in. First one up is, where is it? First one this one right here. So first of all, the oil on this leaked a little, so the name has even just washed off as it's been going. But this is from a brand called Mystery Modern Mark Sweet, and this is Sweet Botswana. Mystery Modern Mark Sweet Botswana. Now, full disclosure, I have smelled all of these because I got this late. I got this sometime last week. Just life has been lifing, but I wanted to make sure I came on and did another live with you all because this seems to be something that definitely I think I like to do as far as just going through some of these decants and samples. But this is one called Sweet Botswana. All right, so I don't have any room to put anything on. There's about 10 of these, I think. So we're just gonna put them all on paper, which again, I know as far as putting on paper, it's not gonna get the full effect. But this one right here, I did put this on skin the other day when I first got it. This is a different type of gourmand in that it's sweet, but not overly sweet. There's one that I have here that is like, it's so sweet, my sugar might go up from it. All right. But this one, as far as the notes in this one has bergamot, orange, and raspberry in the top, white flowers and jasmine in the middle, and then praline, vanilla, and musk in the bottom. But here's the crazy thing about this is that it almost feels like it's in reverse. Because in this one, off the top, you get the sweetness of the pralines and the vanilla is what I get. And then as I've let it sit, that's when I start to get some of the other, the fruit and the flowers in this, right? So this one is definitely one that I'm interested in tapping into a little more. Yeah, appreciate that, Joel. Definitely make sure you are hitting that like button. Appreciate that thumbs up button. Helps this just to kind of go through. But yeah, this Sweet Botswana is one that, in all honesty, I probably would have never come across it had it not been for Walt over at Fatboy Finesse. And it's a good scent. It's a good scent. Definitely something that might be bottle worthy. Probably if they have a 30 mil, I haven't researched if they got a 30 mil, because right now I'm in that phase where 30 mils are probably going to do me well for a lot of things. All right. All right. So that's that one. He sent me another one from them. Let me find it real quick. He sent me another one that was called Rescent Man. Rescent Man from, again, Mystery Modern Mark. It's a black-owned brand. I think if I remember his story correctly, he's out of Denmark. Now this one, off the top, you get the woods, you get some incense in this, and you get a little woodiness in this. This is in the space. If I could give you where kind of this falls into, this is, think Ombre Nomad. A dark kind of raspberry type of scent. This is where that is. It's in that space. Which some people, I know that that's a polarizing scent. Some people are not fans of Ombre Nomad. So you may not be a fan of this. But for me, right situation, right weather, because this is to me just that nice fall crisp weather. This works for me. Again, my nose is different from your nose. Sample. But this again, Mystery Modern Mark Rescent Man. I could rock this. Yeah, this is in, like I said, it's in that space. It's not a clone, but it's in the space just to give you kind of a fragrance reference point. It's in that space of Ombre Nomad. Yeah. Joel says, even 10 mLs last a long time. Some you still have from 1 to 2 years ago. Yeah, when your collection starts to get to a certain level, the full bottles look great, right? But just for cost effectiveness, for utility, all that stuff, 10, 30 mLs work well. Like the Xerjoff I've got, this little one that I've got here, the 1888, 30 mil, this will probably last me a while. And I do have a dent in it. I don't know if it's hard to see, but I do have a dent in it. But yeah, this is gonna last a while. In fact, just so y'all can keep an eye out, be looking out, because you're gonna have some more reviews coming from Yeoman Lail. I got total of 6 10 ml we're gonna do from Yeoman Lail. In addition, I'm waiting on my bottle of Solar, which is their new one. So definitely make sure you're tapped in. Make sure you are subscribed and turning on those notifications, because when I get that bottle, that review's coming. All right. Let's go back into it. Let's jump in. Now, one that he sent, which was one I've not smelled, and granted, if you know my story, I've kind of jumped into fragrance community. I've jumped into this space. Early last year is when I really started coming into fragrances and really started being intentional about them, picking them up, smelling, putting my nose on a lot of things. And so the Bond number 9 line is one that I've only tapped in a little bit. Probably needs to tap in a little more. But this is one that he sent over, which is called Nomad. And some of you are probably familiar with this. Yeah. Now, for me, if I'm ranking the Bond number 9s that I've smelled so far, Lafayette Street is probably my number 1 right now. Sutton Place is up there for me. This works. You get the fruitiness up top. Yeah, this is very easily something to wear, daily wear. Works well. Nomad, yeah. My number 9, Nomad. Another one to add to the list. My wife and I, we have a list of fragrances. In fact, for my birthday, because my birthday's coming up on Sunday, she's already gotten me one of my gifts, and in fact, it was in my weekly fragrance rotation. So I'll have a review coming of that. It is from Chris Collins, Long Kiss Goodnight. So you're gonna have a review coming of that. Just a nice rose fragrance. I'm loving things from Chris Collins. So definitely I'll have a look for the review on that. But bond number 9 definitely can be on that list as well. Definitely. Joel says only bond at number 9 he has right now is New Harlem. He'll near future buy some more in the future. Near future, okay. In the near future, buy some more. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, when I go to Neiman Marcus, their bond number 9 counter is a little intimidating because it's the same old guy that stands behind it all the time, and he looks like he don't want to give anybody any sprays. Like he just doesn't want to give anybody any sprays. You got to come to him kind of knowing what you want. That's how he comes off. I might try the Saks over kind of in the Camelback area, Arcadia area here in Phoenix. Check them out, see if they're a little more friendly. Now, the other places in that Neiman Marcus, they're good, but that bond number 9 guy, he just come off like he don't want nobody smelling nothing, right? He like guarding it, all right? But yeah, bond number 9, Nomad, definitely something I could check out. I'll have to tap in and check out that New Harlem. I keep hearing about that one as well. All right, let's get our caps on so we don't lose track of where we are and where we've been. Next one up is from my favorite niche line. And again, if you're looking for entry-level niche, say it with me, everybody, Mancera, right? Mancera, House of Mancera has some great stuff. I've got now, I think I'm up to 6 bottles from them. This is Vetiver Sensual. Vetiver Sensual. Yeah, it's a winner. You get the citrus up top, so I get like the lemon. There's a hint of orange in there too. You get a little of the patchouli coming through. Yeah, Vetiver Sensual. That's gonna have to be bottle number 7, I think. Yeah, Vetiver Sensual is nice. Now, where does it fall in my Manceras? I'll probably have to do a full ranking. I keep saying I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a ranking. I'm gonna include the decants and samples that I have. But Vetiver Sensual, in fact, I might even do a head-to-head between this and what's the other Vetiver one I have? The Terre de Mes Eau Intense Vetiver. Because this is a nice one. This is a nice Vetiver. Yeah. That's going on the list too. Yeah, that's definitely going on the list. Let's tap back in. Eric, good to see you, my man. Wearing Hugo Boss tonic in, is that Birmingham? Beham? Awesome. Then Joel, favorite Mancera. So I'm in good company then. I'm in really good company. If Joel swears by and says that Vetiver Sensual is his favorite, that's the cosign. If anybody was doubting, that's the cosign right there, because Joel's got some crazy stuff in his collection. Vetiver Sensual is a very nice one. Definitely one that is going to be making its way into the collection soon. So just know you heard it here on the 25th of March. Vetiver Sensual. It may actually, I'm trying to think of where I am as far as what I'm looking at for Mancera's. I think Black Prestigium is another one that I'm looking for. Looking for the right price and everything, as well as now this. And I'm trying to think, there's one other one that I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to tap in and check out. I am interested. Have you all seen that Mancera's dropping Intense Instant Crush? That might be something to check out. Now, I just got Instant Crush not too long ago, but the Intense Instant Crush, I want to check out and see what they do with that. All right. And also, there's a new Lattafa probably dropping tomorrow, I think it is. It is another camera. This is another camera that's dropping that I'm gonna get my hands on, and I'll get it when I get it, I'll review it. But there's a new camera that's being released by Lattafa that I want to check out. All right, let's jump back in. Let's see, that was which one was that? That was Vetiver Sensual. Very nice, very good. Have I tried lemon lime? I have not. Candied lemon, okay. All right, that's another one, because I know, again, I have no problem dropping other content creators that I watch and telling you kind of where I get some of my stuff as far as what I'm looking at. I know Ross did his top Mancera's. I think he did like 20 of them, I think it was. And I know Lemon Lime was somewhere in there. So I've got like that list. So I'm kind of going through, and as I have an opportunity to smell, I'm putting that out. I'm getting my nose on stuff. But Lemon Lime is one that I've heard of as well that I'm definitely want to get my nose on and check that one out. The other one someone said was Fabulous Yuzu, I think was the other one that someone else was a pretty nice one. All right, this one is another one from Mancera. This one is Amberful, which I think is one of their newer ones. If I remember correctly, I think this came out sometime last year. Atomizer on this one's not that great, so we're gonna spray it down. So this one right here, there's a little spice to this on top of what smells like a little bergamot. Okay. I'm gonna have to spend some more time with this one. It's nothing. Let me just say this. It's not a wow factor, but it's a yeah factor. I'll have to spend more time with this one on skin. This is nice. It's not loud. It's not bright, but it's kind of subdued, but it's kind of like it feels like it's kind of like laid back in the cut, if I can put it that way. Yeah, Amberful is nice. Amberful works. Have to spend a little more time with it, but just off the top, this could be a nice scent that doesn't make its presence overly known, but it's kind of subtle. And then there's a little earthiness in there as well. Yeah, this could work. This definitely could work. Amberful by Mancera is one that definitely could work. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Going through. I think I dropped one. Give me just a second here. Okay, that was the one I've already done. Y'all know when you get a bunch of stuff, so let me kind of move stuff around and make sure I don't repeat stuff. All right. Next one he sent was Let's tap in with the chat, see what's going on. Blaine, good to see you, my guy. All right, good deal, good deal. Love the community and chat. Listen, if you haven't already, drop your cent of the day in there. Also, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. All right, don't come in here just watching. I know we're doing this, but don't just come in watching. Participate. This is the opportunity to interact, right? This is not just sit there, watch me smell stuff. This is interaction. Let's talk. All right. Blaine is wearing Alexandria Salty Waves. Now, what is that a take on? Alexandria Salty Waves. All right. Next one up that he got me while I'm waiting for that, and just to kind of keep it moving along again, this is one definitely have heard of. First time, well, not the first time officially, but have put nose on it when I first got it. But this is Kajal Lamar. Yeah. Fruitiness, the rosiness. Kajal Lamar, that's gonna go on the list too. All right, Blaine says that Salty Waves is Joe Malone's Wood Sage and Sea Salt. Now, here's the thing, with Joe Malone, I keep hearing about the longevity and performance on it. So hopefully that Alexandria Salty Waves performs pretty well. Yeah, this is good. So I'm liking rose fragrances. That might be the next thing I do as far as a kind of a breakdown of the rose fragrances. I'll try to go through and see the rose fragrances I have in my collection. But there's some nice rose fragrances that are out there. This is nice. Rose is in the mid for this. You get the fruitiness up top, the rose kind of in the middle. Yeah. Kajal Lamar definitely works. All right, Joel says Kajal Lamar is good, but Icon is great. Okay. Okay. I have to get my nose on Icon. Trust me, I come back and I kind of pay attention to what people are recommending. And if I can get my nose on stuff, I'm gonna do that because this is all about my fragrance journey. All right. Blaine says good that Alexandria Salt Waves performs better than the OG, hangs around you for a minute. Yeah, I think that's what's kind of helped me or kind of kept me from really tapping in with Joe Malone. I've gone a couple of times, so they have some stuff that smells really good, but just as far as I keep hearing, the common complaint I keep hearing is longevity, and so that's kind of I've kind of pulled back from them as far as really tapping in to them. But that's kind of the same thing with Varvatos, John Varvatos. Now, I actually like a lot of their scents. Their performance just is trash. Just trash. I'm sorry. All right. Watch. Yeah, it is an Invicta. Wife got it for, I think this was my Christmas gift. And then I got another one that we got when we get on the cruise. I keep meaning to do that cruise video. I'm just going to give you all the cruise secrets right now. We got time to talk. Y'all are some folks that have come on. So I keep talking about, I went on a cruise. First of all, if you've not been on a cruise, for me, cruises are the most relaxing vacation you can go on, period. You don't have to worry about where you're eating. You don't have to worry about traffic. You just ride the waves. Ride the waves, right? Now, one of the things about when you're on a cruise, they have the duty-free shops, which means that you don't have to pay taxes, and then under a certain amount, you don't have to claim it when you get back into the country, back into the States. All right. So thing I'm always looking for is, can I do some fragrance shopping on a cruise? So this past cruise I did go, and I had just just got monetized. So I was like looking to celebrate with a bottle or something, just because I want to celebrate my achievement in this space. And so I wanted a bottle of Bleu de Chanel. That was going to be my gift to myself. I knew what the price was going to be, period. I knew, and I know Chanel, you're not going to find Chanel on discounters. You're not going to find Chanel, you know, I don't think you're going to find it at Fragrance Buy. You're definitely not going to find it at Aura Fragrance. You're not going to find anywhere that you can really save a buck on, right? So for me, I knew what the price was going into it. So when I'm on the cruise ship, I'm looking at it and I'm calculating, I'm thinking, this is what it's going to cost me. This is what it's going to be as far as tax. And if I have it shipped to me, this is what it's going to be. So I kind of knew where my price point was. Let's just say I got a deal that saved me about $30 waiting to the last night. So if you go on a cruise and you go shopping in the duty-free shops, the last night typically is where they cut the prices. Sometimes when you go off and you go into whatever country you're in, they will have some duty-free shops that sometimes you can find good deals. In fact, I got a couple of good deals because they had their prices, but then if you had your cruise card, they gave 20% off that as well. So when you go out shopping, I'm always looking for a deal, kind of calculate into it as far as what it might be when shipping and tax and all that fun stuff. Other stuff, unless it's something that you know you can get on a discounter, I wouldn't mess with it. If I know I can get on a discounter, I wouldn't mess with it on the cruise ship. But if it's something you know you're not going to get on a discount, if you go on a cruise, which again, this is a Kevinism. It is probably the most relaxing vacation I've ever been on. I'm looking forward to my next cruise. But yeah, that's the whole thing I was trying to get as far as the cruise content. I just never got it out. Y'all getting it for free. All right. Lane says, tell me about it. Just got a bottle of Allure Home Sport Cologne at retail. Ouch. Yes. See, Chanel been shutting down Facebook groups. I don't know if any of y'all are part of Facebook groups, but there's a few Facebook groups that I'm part of, that I had been part of and I'm part of now, that got shut down because people mentioned Bleu de Chanel, or they're the ones where, you know, we swap or people sell their partials, whatever, and people were selling it and Chanel shut it down. Listen, Chanel ain't nothing to play with. And I get it. You want to control your brand. You want to control how things flow. You want to control the perception. I get it. But it just kind of sucks for us as a consumer, especially for those of us that want to step up into Chanel, but we want to save a little money, right? All right. So yeah, let's jump back in and let's tap back in. That was my little diversion for a moment. So far, nothing has been bad. Everything has been stuff that definitely could work your way into my list, work its way well. Lane agrees, cruising is the best. Been cruising for over 20 years now, so relaxing. Listen, I went on my first cruise 2023. I've been on 2 more since then, and I'm already thinking of when I can go on my next one. That's how much I like cruising. Again, you get on the boat, you relax. Other tip I'm gonna give you, this is free game as far as cruising. Get you a balcony, because for me, getting up, because I can't sleep past like 5 o'clock in the morning. So when I get up, my wife's still asleep. I don't, be messing around. I'll go out, sit on the balcony, watch the sun come up, and do that, right? So cruising. All right. Since IRL, good to see you, my guy. Good to see you, man. Tap in. Appreciate you stopping through. All right. Let's just jump back in. That's enough side content. But we're having conversations. Jump in. Next one that he sent over. I need to find it. Oh, here it is. Next one was another one from Mancera. This one is Aqua Wood. Get this sprayed out. Yeah, you get citrus. There's a pear note up here. Yeah. Seems like a little ginger. I don't get the name necessarily aqua wood, just because when I think aqua, I'm thinking just kind of aquatic. I get the woodiness. Yeah, not not a must have for me. This would be nice to have. Aqua wood's nice. Again, a nice to have for me, not a must have. Might see how it feels on skin, but yeah, not bad. Not gonna complain about it. It's a nice to have, right? Nice to have. All right. Next one is one that I definitely am also looking to tap into. This one is from Mancera again. Again, Walt and I kind of align on the fact that he likes Mancera, I like Mancera, so yeah. Because I think I sent him over Gold Prestigium. If you know, you know. Black Noir, you get a sweet leather like this. This is like fresh black leather jacket. That's what this kind of reminds me of. It's a nice, sweet leather. Not like a gourmandy sweet, but just like a fresh, almost new leather, like straight from the cow type sweet leather. Yeah. Yeah. This definitely is another one to add. Black Noir. Nice, nice leather fragrance from Mancera. Yeah, that's definitely going on the list. Definitively going there on the list. All right, that was Black Noir. All right, then he sent me a couple other things. This one is from a brand called Hez Parfums. And based upon the label on here, this is Bourbon Street. You can see that you got the little, it's hard to see, but yeah, there's the New Orleans, like, or the Florida Leaves, whatever it is. So I'm assuming they're based out of New Orleans. This one is Bourbon Street. And I think I've heard Walt talk about this as one of his favorites from them. This reminds me of I can't remember what it's, Smoking Hot. That's what it reminds me of. It puts me in the space of Smoking Hot. Not a clone, I don't believe, but that's the kind of space that it puts me in. You get a nice sweet apple up front. And there is an underlying tobacco in here. But this is Hez Parfums. What is it called? Bourbon Street. Definitely want to check this out more. This works. Yes, sir. All right. So that's Bourbon Street. Very nice. Very nice. Let's put some of this stuff around. Now I'm gonna tell y'all this next one that he sent over. I'm gonna have to tell you right now, I can't wear it. Not because it doesn't smell good, but because of what it smells like. In fact, before we jump into that, let's jump to the chat real quick. I see Joel said, can't wait, Mancera fig me up to go on discounters. You and me both. I'm looking for that one too. There's another one, their cherry one that I think was released not too long ago. I'm looking at that when that gets on discounters as well. Blaine's also interested in it. So yeah, great minds think alike. Yeah. All right, this one right here, I'm gonna give you the notes and then I'm gonna tell you why I can't wear this. All right. and I'm definitely spray it. The notes on this are, top notes are strawberry and cream. Middle notes is chocolate brownie, chocolate syrup, and cognac. Base notes is vanilla, incense, cedar, sandalwood, and musk. This is called Brownie Points from Pez Parfums. And this is chocolate brownie for sure. Now, I'm a big guy. I'm working on dropping the weight. I've dropped about, over the last year, I've dropped about 40, 50 pounds. I still can't wear this just because I don't want to be that big guy that's walking around smelling like brownie. But as a gourmand, as a sweet fragrance, this is nice. Now, I would probably yeah. I've not put nose on chocolate greedy, so I couldn't say for sure. But I mean, this is literally, if there was smell-o-vision, you would literally be smelling like brownies that just came out the oven. That's really what I get. This is, you can, it's almost like palpable. You can almost taste the chocolate. Yeah. This, it's a nice smell. But again, I might have to check my sugar afterwards, because this, I'm gonna just tell you right now, this is an intoxicating chocolate scent. Now, in all honesty, I don't know when I would wear this, just because of me for my scent profile. Now this I imagine, I don't know for sure, but I would imagine that this is unisex, and I might be interested in my wife wearing this. Just saying. But yeah, this is good. It's just, I can't wear it. I can't wear it. I can't be the big guy walking around smelling like chocolate brownies. Yeah, I can't do that. Yeah. All right. Let's see what else he sent over. This is another one that he sent from Pez Parfums. This one is called Plum Confiture. This is nice. I like a good plum note. Let's see. Yeah, this, not loud, not overly potent, if you will, but that plum just kind of sits there. I do pick up a little, there's a little honey in here too, because I get almost it's not the, the honey that's in this is, because where it kind of came out to me, there's a Zaharoff, I think it's Aurum, that's just got this animalistic or animalic honey, which is kind of like that raw honey type of a smell. This is kind of in there. So you get plum up top. There is that little animalic honey that's in there too. This could work. This again is, what is this called? Plum Confiture. by Hes Parfums. Not bad. Some of these I'm gonna have to spend more time with, of course, just getting them on skin and letting them stay on skin. I've sprayed them on skin, but it was kind of one of those days where it's like, put something here, put something there, something there. But really just to give it its full wear, I do want to kind of give some of these a little more. Some of these I already know off the top are going to be bottle worthy. Like again, the Black Noir is bottle worthy and will be in the collection. Vetiver Sensual, definitely going to be in the collection. Lamar could definitely well be, but according to Joel, I need to check out Icon. So we're going to hold off on Lamar, check out Icon and see. We might get them both, but that's how we're going to work that right now. And then he sent over a couple of the new ones from, I think they're newer ones from Argos. So this one is Neptune's Trident. So just gonna spray it in here and then give you all the notes. So this is, top notes are Mandarin Orange, Petitgrain, Cardamom. Mid notes are green tea, black tea, orange blossom, and jasmine. And then base notes are vetiver, musk mallow, and iris. Not bad. Now it's not, this wouldn't be my favorite from Argos. And the vetiver that peeks through, I know it hasn't fully revealed yet. If I'm looking for, right now, if I'm looking for a vetiver scent, right? Because that's one of the, that's one of the base notes in here. This would be further down on the list. This is kind of green. Yeah, so that petitgrain. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not my favorite, but it could work, right? Again, some stuff is like you just have it because it's nice. You can wear it occasionally. There's some things that are definitive, things that you must have, right? There are some things that are in my collection that are what I would call my holy grail bottles, right? The bottles that I'm trying to think of, I got one right here. Like bottles that for me are, these are must-haves. These are things that, if I were just having a couple of bottles, these would be the holy grail bottles that would make my collection complete. For me, Don Savage by Chris Collins is one that just for me was, the first time I smelled it was I gotta have and must be in my collection. As far as Neptune's Trident, it's a nice to have in the collection, not a must have. It's not something that I'm racing out to get. Something that could work, but not something that is gotta have it, right? Gotta have it. Since IRL said gotta grab, Sacred Flame is on the list. Trust, Sacred Flame is on the list. I got Triumph of Bacchus back there, but Sacred Flame is on the list, as well as Palace Athene is another one that is on my list. Those three are, Triumph of Bacchus is already there, but those other two, Palace Athene and Sacred Flame, yeah, they're definitely working their way into my collection at some point. Absolutely, absolutely. All right, this one is Karen's Veil, or Sharon's Veil. The artwork, again, presentation is just nice as far as even how they do it. This one, notes are, top note is rose, mid is patchouli, and this is in the air already, folks. Heart notes are patchouli, sandalwood, oud, and Atlas cedar. And then base notes are cistus, labdanum, and saffron. It's a nice rose. I'd have to spend more time with this off of, because something just hit wrong for a moment there, but it might be the combination with the paper. I'll have to actually spray this on skin. But this starts off nice with a nice rose, like I said, I think something, I don't know if it's something with the paper or maybe it was that oud that just kind of hit. Yeah. This is another spend more time with Charon's Veil. It's not bad. Not bad. I want to spend more time with it though. Definitely want to spend a little more time with it. Check it out. All right. Tommy Robinson asks, how does God of Fire smell? So I want to make sure I'm thinking of the right one, because God of Fire, because I'm confusing God of Fire with oud for Matt, or oud maracuja. God of Fire, mango. Now I've only smelled it one time as far as the OG, and it smelled nice, very potent scent for me. I'm trying to think. I do have, let me make sure I got the right one, because I do have a Yeoman Lail from them. Let me make sure I'm thinking of the right one. Give me just a second here, guys. I pull out and I can kind of give you where it is right now. I think it's the Tish, I want to say. Yeah, the Tish. Just this one right here that I have from Yeoman Lail, which is their dupe of it. And just to kind of give you, you do get that, I want to say it's mango up top. This is a potent, as far as I'm going to tell you off of Yeoman Lail's version, because again, I've only smelled the OG one time, just as I want to say at Neiman's or wherever I was, I smelled it one time. This is a good approximation of it, and their version is very potent. Their version will stick around, it will last. But yeah, you got the mango in there. That mango is so potent. I remember it dries down with kind of a musky ambery. It does shift for me after a while. But as far as the smell, just to give you a nice an idea of it, it does smell really good. I like it. I will probably end up, well, if I ever do run out of this, as far as the 10 ml from Yeoman Lail, I'll probably jump ahead and get more of it. As far as the OG, again, just my memory is that it's a very nice mangoey, citrusy type of smell with it. So, all right, hopefully that helps. Sometimes my recall is not as great as it should be. All right, I think that's it that he sent over. He did also send over, I'm looking at my desk here. He did also send over, as far as Walt, he did send over also oud lemon mint from Mancera, but I already had my bottle. I got my bottle by that time, and so I just gifted it to one of my friends who is starting to get into fragrance. Oud lemon mint. This right here is another one that you'll see in my rotations for spring, summer, and fall, or sort of spring and summer, just because this lemony, minty freshness that lasts, projects, all those fun things. Oud lemon mint is the one. But yeah, that was the other thing he had sent over. Other than that, I think I've covered everything that he sent me. So again, shout out to Walt over at Fatboy Finesse for basically giving us this content as far as the decants and samples. All right, let's jump back into the chat, see what you guys are talking. Top 3 for Mancera. All right, so my top 3 for Mancera, Cedrat Bois is definitely in there. Black Gold is in there. And that third space, How I'm Feeling Today. This is today. This is March 25th rankings. Cedrat Bois and Black Gold are probably perpetually in my top 3. My third one right now is Out Lemon Mint, just because it's there. It's a good one. If you ask me tomorrow, it might be Gold Prestigium, right? In fact, Gold Prestigium and Out Lemon Mint probably are battling perpetually for that number 3 spot for me right now. As far as the other ones that I have, I've got Cosmic Pepper, which is a good one. I have Instant Crush, which is another good one. Those are the ones that I have full bottles of. So I've smelled French Riviera. French Riviera is good. I don't want to say it's, I'm gonna choose my words, because I'm not gonna say it's overrated, but I think that there's been a lot of hype with it. It's a good fragrance. Do not get me wrong. It's a good fragrance, but I believe that for some, French Riviera has been like on everybody's lips, and it's like, it's good, but it's not the absolute best Mancera. So definitely good one. Definitely something that at some point I'll probably add into the collection. But for me, it's not a, it's not as hyped up as it's been for me. I think that it's gotten a little overhyped, because y'all know how we do sometimes. Sometimes there's the latest, greatest thing, and we hype the heck out of it, right? That's just my thought. Me personally, because of how I like just the lemon and the mintiness, I like lemon mint oud, right? In fact, my guy who I took, one of my friends, we went fragrance sniffing. He preferred the lemon mint oud, or the Out Lemon Mint, over French Riviera. He preferred that one of the two when we smelled them. I prefer this one. This is the one. Out Lemon Mint is one, just to kind of give you the backstory of how I even got into that one. When I was first getting into my fragrance journey, I ordered a set from Mancera. They have the 5 discovery set where you can get 5 travel sprays, and Out Lemon Mint was one of the ones that I got, in addition to Black Gold, Red Tobacco, Sicily, and Tonka Cola. All right, all those 5. Tonka Cola, to me, I can't do Tonka Cola. It doesn't work for me, right? A better cola for me is the one from day 3. I want to say it's the Amber Dominicana, which is more of a cola fragrance, and I could prefer Tonka Cola for me from Mancera. Just doesn't work for me. I know that might be sacrilege for some of y'all, but for me, it doesn't do anything. But of those 5, Red Tobacco is definitely going to be on the list. But Out Lemon Mint was the one that I was like, gotta have that, as well as Black Gold or the other one. So Out Lemon Mint is, for me, special. For me, it is one that I think that kind of got me further on the board with Mancera. Cedrat Bois also definitely opened up my eyes to Mancera. Out Lemon Mint and Black Gold were the ones that kind of solidified it for me. All right. Lemon Lime for the really lemony scent. Okay, you're the second one, because I think Joel mentioned it before. So definitely I'll be checking out Lemon Lime. That's another one I will check out. Trying to see what next Mancera will be. Almost Couple More Cafe, but I'm looking for something that would work anytime type scent. Yeah, what do you have, my man? Because like I said, Cedrat, of course, I think that's a staple. I think that goes without saying. For me, Black Gold is a one that works in a variety of situations, and it's a very, very beautiful fragrance, very nice fragrance. Gold Prestigium is another one that, Gold Prestigium in some respects, I think may be more of an elevated type of thing. However, I like to wear what I want to wear when I want to wear it. And if I want to wear it when I'm out with my wife and we're just going out grocery shopping, I'll put it on. But Gold Prestigium is another one to check out. So just Cedrat Bois intense at this moment. Listen, I'm going to say, if you're looking for something that is just every day type of situation, I think Black Gold can work there. Blaine says, Instant Crush, Amore Cafe, Soleil de Tillet is another one that is on the list. That's another one there. And then Veteran Sensual. Like I said, I just got Instant Crush not too long ago. So that's there. the intense instant crush sounds interesting just because of how they did with the intense Cedrat Boise. Amore Cafe, I like it. For some, my friend was kind of polarizing for him. He's not into coffee scents. He's just like, it's there. So, but Amore Cafe is a good one. But again, Soleil de Tele is another one that's on the list, and Vetiver Sensual is definitely, that will probably be between that and Black Prestigium, though that will probably be my next one. Because of seasonality, Vetiver Sensual will probably work its way into my collection sooner, simply because Black Prestigium feels more fall and winter, and I've got a long summer to go. All right, I haven't mentioned it. We're already up to 90 something degrees here in Phoenix, which means it is time to put away these gourmands. It is time to put away these heavy scents because it's hot. It's hot. All right. But yeah, since just getting back to you, man, definitely you want to check out Black Gold. Gold Prestigium is another nice one. If you're looking for another nice one that is just daily wear type of thing, Cosmic Pepper. Just a nice citrusy, musky, with a little vanilla in there type of a fragrance. I forget, Wayne, you might be able to pop in as well. It's some have put it in the space of, I want to say, is it Blanche Chanel Pour Homme? I can't remember. But that Cosmic Pepper is another nice one. It's in my collection. It's on my top list. There's just some other things right now that are just kind of taking that space, but it's another one that is one that I'm wearing. You know, I've worn a couple times just as a daily driver. So, all right. Yeah, man, check him out. Check him out. And do, like, you know, I appreciate you stopping through. I know you got your channel too. In fact, I'm going to tag you in. There's a tag video that I'm going to be putting out soon. That was tagged in by Dedrick, so I'll tag you in. Make sure you get tagged into that as well. All right. That's what it is. Chanel Allure Home Sport Vibe. That's what it is. Yes, the Cosmic Pepper has that Chanel Allure Home Sport Vibe. That's what it is. Very nice fragrance. Very good one. There's a few things in Mancera that can work for daily things. Even though it's niche, there's some things that work very well just for here and there, everywhere. All right. Joel says tomorrow scent of the day will be a layer. He calls it a wasp, fire and ice. Okay. Okay. That might be something else to do. I like that. I like that. Joel says, let me know how that works out for you. I had done this before because in my other space, in my other life, as far as doing ministry and stuff, I've written a book called The Pastor's Guide to AI. So I kind of help pastors understand how to use AI for ministry, what have you. But I play around with AI a lot too. And so I need to get back to it. But I had started asking the AI, and I fed all of my fragrances into it, and I started asking it for layering combinations. So I might get back to that and start putting out some of the interesting combinations that it gives. One that I know it gave was like Assad and Mont Blanc Explorer, which is it's basically like putting Sauvage Elixir and Creed together. It was a very nice layering combination. So I might get back to that as far as doing some of those as well. And in fact, make sure you're tapping in for the March Madness series that I've got going. I posted the video earlier today for the round of 32. I've got to still do the rounds of 16 and then Elite 8, Final 4, and then we'll have our champion. There were some upsets. There were some upsets in that one. Just a sneak peek. Cedrat Boise got defeated in my March Madness. All right. One layer used is Creed Aventus Cologne over the top of Spice Bomb OG. Okay. Yeah, I mean, layering takes things to another level, in my opinion, right? There's some good and interesting layering combinations. Check out. Lane recommends okay, Winwood, that's another Mancera. Cool. Decants does Aventus over the top of Nishine Ani. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm trying to think what else. My scent of the day tomorrow, I don't know. I'm trying to think. I don't have to go into the office tomorrow, so it'll kind of be an around the house day for most part. I'll probably start tapping into the discovery set that I've got from Yeoman Leo. Just to give you guys kind of a sneak peek, I've got Spectre's Elixir, which is their take on Savage Elixir. So I got that in here. This one is Orient Oud, which is, I want to say, can't remember what. Yeah, I think that's Oud Satin Mood. I've got Regency Oud, which is their take on Royal Oud, which is probably my top creed and one that will make it to a. That's another Grail bottle for me is Royal Oud from Creed. Then I have Chillax, which is their Pacific Chill. So I may break that out tomorrow. Their version of Pacific Chill from Yeoman Leo. And then lastly, I've got from them Power Play Exclusive, which I think is Latent Exclusive. And then I've got one other here from them, which is Oceania, their take on Oceania from Raja. So a couple of things to check out. All right, that's it, y'all. I don't want to keep you all here longer than I need to. But I appreciate you tapping in. We had some good stuff coming through as far as decants and samples. Again, shout out to Walt over at Fat Boy Finesse for sending over the samples and the decants that he sent over. Definitely appreciate that again, and that shows the camaraderie that I want to be part of in this community, where we're all kind of helping each other. In fact, shout out to Sense IRL. Sense, go ahead and put your information there as far as the Facebook group. I know you're thinking about putting together a Facebook group for some of us. If you want to, again, you don't have to, but if you want to drop some information in there about, or at least how they can maybe apply to be part of it, definitely do that. Make sure you drop that in, because again, I'm all about the community. I'm all about let's just have fun. Let's just all smell good. Let's just all do the things that help us help each other, right? So appreciate that. Appreciate you, Joel, for stopping through. Blaine, as always, for coming through. Sense, thank you for popping through. And everybody else that popped through that maybe didn't participate in the chat. I know who we have Tommy in here earlier. So to everybody that stopped through, whether you're watching live or on the replay, appreciate you for coming through. Appreciate you hanging out with me. As always, again, I ask, stay safe, stay sane, stay smelling good. We'll see you next time. Have a great one. Be blessed. Peace.